What's up, guys?
No, we're all through. We were just waiting on.
What did you guys decide on next 4 years?
It's, held until next day.
Okay, supervisory come to order number 52 on the agenda. Ordinance to amend sections 2.56, parent 1.
Move for approval.
Okay. Youth commission officers, how youth commission officers are elected. It's been moved in second. Is there any discussion regarding this?
Move approval.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Number 53, resolution in opposition to proposed state legislation restricting local economic development opportunities.
Move approval. Second.
Moved in second. Discussion, and I've asked Mr. Steeble to explain it if some of you
The
don't
biggest
know
part
what
of
it's
this
about.
is a bill that's being circulated for.
Thank you.
Trying to get support. And what it does is takes TIF districts and allows you to only put 20% of the TIF revenue to a developer local project. We sometimes use it less, sometimes use it more, depending on the cash. The cash returns and the internal rates return of the developer. So we vary it. Overall, it would have been a lot more than 20%. Some of them would be less, because we're mostly infrastructure. So it varies a lot. That's why we recommend we propose it. In the case of right now, flexibility. The last federal budget made TIF.
Microphones.
financing-
John.
Oh,
Sorry,
John.
microphone. Sorry.
Made TIF financing taxable, and so we lose 40% of the power of TIF in the first place whenever it goes to a developer, so it's something that would make it even more difficult.
Does this have to do with fire funds?
No,
No, not at all.
this is just a TIF.
For TIF.
Statewide is probably the most powerful economic development tool, consistent economic development cities have.
Okay. Any more questions of Mr. Steeble? It's been moved and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Then we have 54, notification by Mayor Devine of appointments and reappointments to the Downtown West Allis bid.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Number 55, reappointments to the West Allis Block Grant Committee of Marcia Lawson and Alyssa Olsted.
Move for approval.
Second.
Moved and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Number 56, appointments of the new youth members to the West Allis Youth Commission.
Move for approval.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Number 57, the appointment of Ms. Hollis Patzer as the Industry and Labor Member of the West Allis Block Grant Committee. It's a new appointment, so I'd like to have the clerk please read her qualifications.
Steve, turn your mic on.
Just verify, I'm talking about Hollis Patson. She has an educational background of BS in social welfare, UW Milwaukee, postgraduate professional certificate, paralegal studies, Concordia University, professional certificate, nonprofit management, UW Milwaukee, Halen Bader Institute for Nonprofits, multiple mediation, conflict resolution, and dialogue facilitation trainings. Our previous volunteer experience include board of directors, including vice president outreach, community health centers, board of trustees for major gifts team, and chair of income opportunity committee, First Unitarian Society of Milwaukee. Special Skills, retired executive, $25 million social service agency with extensive background in administrative operations, including human resources, finances, contract compliance, board engagement, grant writing and management, program development, community dialogue, and conflict resolution. Also operational and analytical skills that can be applied to both small and large systems.
Move approval.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
I know Mr. Mayor would like to bring all the people with high money, I like that, Mayor. Bring good money, bring the money in,
Always thinking.
Appreciate that the mayor is appointing new people with new ideas for our city. Appointment of Ben Holt as a member of the West Allis Plan Commission.
Move for approval.
Second.
Been moved and seconded. Mr. Clerk, would you read his qualifications?
Sure. Ben Holt. Educational background, history major, political science minor, and UWM, future MKU graduate from Marquette, Bowman Lab graduate. Previous volunteer experience, Harbor District, Southern Eastern Coalition of the Elderly, the Obama campaign, and the DNC for the 2018 midterms. Special skills, work for a development company in West Allis, Harbor Capital, doing primarily capital raising for multifamily housing. Very familiar in the real estate / municipal side of the equation, work with many nonprofits.
Okay. It's been moved and seconded. All those in favor?
Sorry.
I believe he, with the, with item 59, moving Kathleen Dagenhart from alternate to a regular member, this is actually, Mr. Holt is going to be an alternate, one of the two alternate positions on the Plan Commission.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So that got left off.
So we should amend this.
Yeah.
I move that it be amended, that Mr. Holt be an alternate member.
I'll second.
Second.
Of the Plan Commission?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah. Sorry
It's
about
been
that.
moved and seconded. All those in favor of the
Aye.
amendment?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Carried. All right. Now, number 59 was Kathleen Dagenhart is a regular member.
Move to approve.
Second.
Been moved and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Now, number 60 is Charter Ordinance number 25 relating to spring primaries for spring elections.
So move.
Second.
Madam Chairman?
Discussion?
I'm questioning what is the purpose of this? We've got an ordinance now that we call for when it's over 5 people running, or 5 people or more running for 2 positions as aldermen, or 3 people running for mayor, that we have a primary. And the council, okay. Caleb?
Madam Chair, my understanding is that that's a resolution that may have been passed in the past to create these types of primaries, but it doesn't mandatorily occur. That's how I understood it. And so what this charter ordinance would do is it would create a permanent or a more permanent way of ensuring that primaries do occur. And by making a charter ordinance, it obviously must be passed with 2/3 majority of the entire council, 60-day publication period, and subject to petition by the voters. So it would essentially lock in primaries for any time that there are more than twice the number of candidates for any particular position. Whether the council continues to have 2 alderpersons or goes down to 1, it would work no matter what happens. And it does create an exception that allows the council by 2/3 vote of all members to pass on a particular primary. If, for example, there's a 3rd candidate involved in a race for which is 1 position available, but that 3rd candidate might not be one that is a viable candidate in the eyes of the council.
Dies or whatever even.
Whatever the case may
Yeah.
be, you could pass on that
Okay.
particular spring primary. But otherwise, by default, it would be held based on this charter ordinance, and it would be more permanent than if a general ordinance were passed.
So we have nothing on the books now that says, that calls for a primary? Because
Not that I could,
as long as I've been in West Allis and I've lived here all my life, we've always had primaries.
Yes.
at least not, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, Mr. Chair, if you recall, I think there was an election
Alderman May.
in 2016 where there were 5 candidates for 2 seats in the fifth, I think it was the fifth
Fifth
district.
district.
And at the time, the council voted not to have a primary because one of those candidates runs every time, always finishes, terribly, doesn't really put the effort into it. So at the time, we decided we're not going to have a primary. But before that, I think it's always been just assumed that we're always going to have a primary. And it's my understanding is it's not anywhere in our ordinances. So
No,
the
if it's
idea-
not in the ordinance, we should have it in.
Yeah, and the idea behind putting it in the charter is, we want to create a situation where the default is we'll have the primary and the special exceptions are the reasons we wouldn't.
Always thought it was in the ordinances.
I always thought it was also.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for explaining it, Cale.
Yep, no problem. And the reason there's a second one, a resolution on there, number 61, is because if the council passes a charter ordinance tonight,
Yeah.
based on the timing and publication, it wouldn't be effective for this spring's
Yeah,
election.
okay.
Okay. So, it's been moved and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. So number 61 is a resolution providing for a spring primary to nominate candidates for city offices at the 2020 spring election. It's been moved and seconded. Discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Now, number 62 is a communication from the city clerk regarding current polling sites and potential future sites. We'll have just a quick discussion and then decide if we need a meeting for further discussion, and that's what I'm hoping, and pick a night that would be agreeable to all of our committee members.
Are there major changes?
Yes. There's a couple, just to put this quickly, there's a couple sites that have significant issues, one being Liberty Heights. We get accessibility audit from the state at the April election, and the upper ramp is more, it's like 9.5% slope.
Oh.
8%.
Okay.
The only solution, aside from leaving that place, would be to rip out the ramp and redo it. So that's one site. The school, as you probably are aware, has been asking us to keep at least the elementary schools. So I've been factoring that in. City Hall, if I were to use the common council chambers, I could actually move probably 2 more floors in here. So that's another one. And then there's a couple other sites that just aren't sufficient for our needs anymore. Police satellite station over by the Pick and Save, 70th, is way too small. We've got apartments that were built in that district before, and there's another set of apartments that are being built that are just gonna add to the problem. Franklin Field House is another place, it's an elementary school that we normally get out of, but there's absolutely 0 parking there. And that's another place that.
Well, the field house, they don't have elementary school in there, do they?
They've been wanting to use it more for classes in there. At least that's what they're doing.
Oh, okay.
But that's another place that was being done the accessibility audit. The actual
Oh,
ramp,
okay.
the street ramp is too high. So that's a couple of the issues that are going on. The addition, also, we have 20 polling sites. We don't necessarily need that many. I'm trying to combine some of the polling sites so that we create more efficiency. It's difficult to manage that many polling sites and public works law stuff. So I gave you a memo that listed basically all of the sites and the issues that are involved. I've been talking to various sites. I just met with where Mother Perpetual Health is on 106th and Lincoln. They have a school building that they rent to all health learning. They have a gym and a huge parking lot. I just met with them today, and they're all on board with having us be a polling site there. I could move 3 boards, and that would be basically 3 of the boards. some ideas that I just kind of need help with some of this, so I asked the committee for some assistance.
Madam
We
Chair.
will be deciding if we need a meeting and where we will meet and when we will meet. So basically, Monday and Tuesday, as I understand, there's an administration and finance meeting. And on Thursday, our city clerk has indicated there's going to be a quick council meeting. So we've polled a couple of the members, and Thursday seems to be the best
Thursday's
meeting,
fine with me.
because we are meeting as a council anyway, so we could have a quick meeting after the council meeting or before the council meeting. So it's
Before.
for
What's better for you, Tracy? I don't know if you,
I mean, if we can do 5:30, that's cool. If not,
5:30
yeah, 5:30 is good for me, too.
Yeah, it's
Half an
fine.
hour
on
of time for you?
Thursday.
I think so, we could always recess the meeting and have, any further discussion and Tracy and then afterwards, or, work from there. Really, I gave you the information, I got the map to show you, I got an idea to share with you. I think a half hour would be sufficient. I did wanna say that any decisions will have to be made at a future meeting, we'll have to bring.
Yeah.
The approval of the polling place changes, and I'll start
Yeah,
notifying.
send out letters and,
And I know there has been a concern about notifying, or doing this before a meeting, or before an election, so before an election. But,
We have one every 4 months anyway, 3 months.
and to be honest, voters aren't gonna start noticing where the polling site is until a week or a month, or a few weeks before the election. So, get it done now, so,
I know, the trouble is in another year, they're gonna be, for 2 years, be redistricting and have to change again.
yeah, so that's.
Some of them will.
People, but as long as I can secure some polling sites.
Yeah, I know. I
That's
know there's been
important.
problems with some of them, so we have to do something.
Right. So of the members, who can make it at 5:30 on Thursday?
Yep. Yeah.
Okay, we'll set it for 5:30 on
Two little
Thursday.
extras with me.
Rosalie's buying dinner, so.
they'll learn. They'll learn government stuff.
My only comment, Madam Chair, would be I don't want to wait till 3 weeks before an election, of course. I'd hope we'd move much faster. If there-
Yeah.
If we got, there'd be a reason for a primary in February, we'd want to figure this out quickly.
Yep.
Would that be for this primary, then? This election, if we decide the sites?
Yes, another big issue for the spring elections, the rec center's under construction, so I can need to relocate that.
Oh, you're kidding.
Oh, okay,
Big giant tent.
all right, very good.
You could.
Oh, boy.
Okay, then we'll
In the parking lot.
plan to get together
Back to
on
McCarty
Thursday
Park.
night at 5:30. Move,
Madam Chair, I was
Alderman
suggesting
Vitale.
to, there is a St. Rita's Parish, maybe the,
I talked to St. Rita's, their big community centers in the basement is not handicap accessible.
well, I don't look for the basement, I'm looking for the entrance on 61st by the church. There is enough space there, I think they could probably having us utilize.
Flat out said no,
Who'd you talk to?
the pastor.
Oh,
Vince's a big contributor, he's got influence.
let me find out.
Might be moments, because it does say some of the things I've been working on, we can talk about that.
Oh, that's fine.
any more questions of our clerk? I'd entertain a motion.
We adjourn.
Second.
And seconded, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, carried.
I know, it's pretty hard.